Hello, my fellow gamers. Welcome back to Comfortable Gaming. Today we're talking what was the best release on Xbox Game Pass for the month of March 2022. And as you can see in the video, obviously that will be Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy. Now we got plenty of good games this month. We got Weird West, which is a really game that just launched today. It's a really cool game I'm getting into. Tainted Grail was very cool. There was a bunch of games, and Feb was really good, and January was stacked games. So we'll see what April brings along. But this was the best release in March, and it's just a really fantastic, fun game that for me captured the essence of what Guardians of the Galaxy is. But let's just get straight into the video and talk about this game a little bit. The biggest strengths for me with this game being Marvel, one of my favorite, my favorite MCU cinematic universe Marvel movies were the Guardians of the Galaxy. And I think what this game has captured the essence of what Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy is, where I feel like it really done Marvel a really good justice to the story, to the characters, to each character was portrayed, I think, extremely well. The design of what they look like was done really well. I'd like they didn't copy the movie too much and just followed also the comics a little bit and stuff. And I think, not that I've read the comics, but it really is done well. It made me laugh a lot of the times. It had really good parts for me to care about the characters, especially as a mission. I don't want to spoil that you have to choose between two characters to send off. It's like the beginning of the game. And I think that was a really cool part. To the monsters in around the world were done extremely well, I think, that you fight and things like that. So strengths to what it is, the story, the characters are done really well. The world design is really done well. It kept me looking, wow, this looks really cool, and just fits with Guardians of the Galaxy so well. And just the characters, the way they banter around, was done, I think, extremely well. And what should be done with this game, which is done really well. The negatives I have is just a little bit of the compact. I find that you only play with Peter Quill, which is fine, but at the same time, you kind of use the other characters for moving objects and things like that, and also for combat and things like that. But you can't really go switch and just play that character. And I think the way this game plays, it's okay. It's not such a negative, but I just sometimes felt like I should have played more with. I wanted to play maybe with Gamora, with Drax a little bit more, but you can use them and stuff, especially in combat. You play as one whole team, but you mainly playing Peter Quill, and he is the main Guardians of the Galaxy character. I mean, they're all very important, but he's kind of technically the main one. So yeah, it's just done well. There's still a lot. I don't want to spoil too many things, but it's done well. And certain characters, their abilities and what they use fits to what the characters should be, and it's just really done right. A fun game, and just the story is really fun. It's really funny at times. It's really the pacing I think is done very well, and it's very interesting to what's going on. And then you have different choices to either make a stupid, goofy choice or like a more serious choice to encourage your team. As different dialogue, you do have more options. It's not such a linear story where it focuses on you and you just kind of watch it. So you kind of have more decision making in that sense, and I think that's done extremely well. Other than that, the negatives I have with this game was just the combat for me wasn't the best thing in this game. But other than that, the other parts of the game are done really well. Just I felt like the combat could have been done a lot better. Those are my kind of negatives with the game. There aren't too many there, and the issues I found that are still plaguing the game since its launch is there's still certain stuttering and parts in the game, the graphical that I've noticed on the Xbox Series S, which just loads a bit and stutters and everything kind of like breaks. I had two crashes, but I mean this can happen or not happen too much in a sense. For some people, they didn't have any crashes. For me, I had a couple of these stuttering, which I found very annoying. And I just feel like there's a few things this game just, it still hasn't, the game is launched last year and it hasn't been polished in these few things. And sometimes dips quite a lot in frame rates where it stutters and show that I've noticed on the Xbox. Maybe on the PlayStation and PC it runs better. So those are the two negatives. I feel like the combat is a little bit dull and not very well done. It just the characters are done well and how they fight and how they play and they move sets to Star-Lord, to Peter, to Drax, to Rocket and Gamora. But other than that, just the way the combat runs, it's not the worst thing out there, but if I had to put a negative on it, that would be one of that. And definitely the biggest issue is the stuttering and the how the game works, and sometimes it doesn't look the best in its sense. And it doesn't happen that often that it's groundbreaking that you can't play the game, but it is there. You will notice this in certain parts, which I found. Other than that, I'll give this game an 8.5 out of 10. It's definitely a great addition to the game and all around a really good game. It has its issues there that I could have given it maybe more, because I do felt like I really enjoyed the story, I enjoyed the characters, I enjoyed the world that's been done, the design was done really well. It's just those few stuttering and the combat found it that I just found the combat a little bit boring. Yes, you can upgrade in certain things, but that was my issues with it. So in conclusion, it's a really fun game. Really go check it out. Definitely it's on Game Pass. Check it out. So if you guys like these best each month game that comes on Game Pass, please comment below. And if you want to see more videos like this, and I'll see you guys definitely all in the next one.